Hey everybody, welcome to the SC.Y, and this is Cruise Peruse, episode number 72. And if you can notice, I know it's cut below, but wearing my Lakers jersey. I can't fucking lift this shit up. Actually, I will. Boom! Lakers jersey. Got my classic number 8 Kobe Bryant jersey on today, boys and girls, because I want to talk some NBA action today. Yes, I do. NBA action all day till we get to the west side of town, as per usual, boys and girls. So yeah, let's get to talking about some NBA action, because there's been a lot of shit that's been going on, and like, yeah, obviously with the fucking jersey, you know, if I don't have to fucking beat the goddamn dead horse, I am a Los Angeles Lakers fan. Okay, I've been a Los Angeles Lakers fan since 1998. And it's apparent to me now that obviously with the move and trade for Anthony Davis that we are going to get a lot of annoying cunty bandwagoners. So, boys and girls, I will remind you for myself that I have been around for 21 fucking years supporting this goddamn team. I have seen this team through some of the worst fucking roster moves, some of the worst squads to put out, you know, a starting five. It was more like a fucking fire hazard, because you knew it was just going to be terrible and just resistant to flame retardant. I don't know. That's a bad analogy, but all I'm saying is I've seen some rough shit with the Lakers. Now, this move, like I talked about initially, when the move was made for Anthony Davis, I was a little skeptical. And to the, you know, to the more extreme extent, I was livid. I was absolutely livid that we gave up three solid players. Josh Hart doesn't get enough praise, in my opinion. Guy is a solid 2-guard, can play the stretch forward at times. And Brandon Ingram, who I've been very high on since he was drafted from Duke, you know, right after the Kobe era, along with Ivica Zubac, who's also gone. And yeah, unfortunate for him in the blood clot. You also have Lonzo Ball, who, I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of the biggest Lonzo fans out there. I have, you know, made it very clear to everybody that I was a huge Lonzo fan by buying his jersey and buying a Big Baller Brand sweater. That's aged well, but hey, this is a life of a fan, man. Sometimes you just never know what the hell's gonna happen. You know, players get traded, it's part of the business. So with all of that, yeah, 3 players get traded, 3 draft picks, which can be swapped. So potentially the Lakers do not have a first round draft pick until 2027, if I'm not mistaken. I can be wrong on that, but that's what I believe the swap rights will allow for the New Orleans Pelicans to swap those picks if necessary, if that works in their plans. Whereas for the Lakers, yeah, right now in our current roster, we got Anthony Davis. If everything is all pen and paper, we got Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Kyle Kuzma, Isaac Bonga, and Moritz Wagner. And probably a couple of cats we have to pick up from the G League, the Summer League is going to be vital for the Lakers. And I know a lot of Lakers fans don't think that, but honestly, dude, when you need depth pieces, you will really be looking at the Summer League. You're going to be really looking forward to how you're going to develop that G League, you know, those G League players. So the Lakers have a lot of work to do, and obviously having AD in there, like I said, I was very frustrated. I was livid, but again, took a few days to mull over, and it's positives and negatives. Every single one of these fucking moves, anything in life, boys and girls, it's plus and minus. The positive, well, actually, we'll get to the negative, because I love being a negative Nancy at times. The negative is really this. What is AD's health moving forward? He hasn't had a full season, various injuries each and every year. We know he puts up these monster numbers, but at the behest of his health, it is very concerning. The fact that now there is going to be a cap strain for the Lakers, around about... Actually, let's rewind. So when the trade was made, there was an apparent approximation that the Lakers would have about $32 million in cap space and wiggle room to potentially sign a third max player. But news start coming out, you know, the Woj, you know, has to spread knowledge and give us fucking wisdom. So long story short, AD is going to get a bonus or whatever the fuck, so our potential salary cap is going to be around $24 million. So for me, that cap situation is a little fucked. Obviously, the first round picks, that's going to really be damaging if we don't win within the next 3 years, in my opinion. And it's going to be curious to see how the Lakers kind of go forward from here with all those question marks. However, there is a lot of positives. We got Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, again, I've seen that dude play live in New Orleans. That dude was a hero in that fucking city, first of all. And so shout out to New Orleans. You guys have dealt with all the bullshit of just piss poor management. And I honestly think that administration is a fucking joke. But I hope the best for them. They got such a great player roster list with that trade. Hopefully, you know, they can bounce back from this, man. And hopefully not at the behest of the Lakers draft picks. All right. I know that's a lot of oxymoronic statements all at once, but all I'm saying is hope it works out for them. But I also hope it works out for the Lakers because, yeah, Anthony Davis is great. You have now tagged up LeBron James with potentially one of the best players he's ever played with, bar from probably Kyrie. Kyrie was the best player he's played with until now. So obviously they haven't played a minute on the fucking court yet. Okay, that's the one thing that we have to get this out right now. So boys and girls, I've been binging on NBA content the last few days. And the one thing that I've been noticing a lot is people just exaggerating out there, okay? As much as I've laid out the positives and negatives right here for you guys, and I know these are very simplified lists, but let me tell you one thing that's been really annoying me about the media coverage with this whole situation. Everyone is saying the Lakers are now heavy favorites. Las Vegas booking odds have them 3-1. People saying this is the greatest duo in NBA history. This is the greatest duo in Lakers history. This is the blah, 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 blah duo in history. And to those people, I say, hold your fucking horses. Hold your fucking horses. We don't know what the hell's going to happen. First of all, if we're just talking about the Lakers, right? If we're just talking about the Lakers, you only have 5 pieces right now. There are a lot of logistics that you have to figure out. Obviously, with maybe possibly $23 million in barely cap space, you can't really sign a third player. Now what you really have to do is you have to try to find and sign key players that's going to complement that roster spot with LeBron James and Anthony Davis and Kyle Kuzma. And it has to be spread out between like 3 or 4 players, in my opinion. I mean, even to that sixth man, I believe you can spread the wealth around within that $23 million. And one of the guys I would totally be on board with signing is Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley is a nuisance. He's an irritant whenever he's on another fucking team. But when he's on your team, holy shit, that dude just, the grit, the fucking fight, the dog in him. Anybody would love to have him on their squad. Anybody, not myself included. I would love Patrick Beverley on my team right now with this current situation because, yeah, Lonzo was my guy. He was my point guard. But now the reality is he's not with us anymore. So we are now now we have to kind of live with the situation we're dealt with. And if we are dealt with the situation of $23 million in possible cap space, I would absolutely opt in to fucking try to get Patrick Beverley. That's my number one guy. Number 2, I would do anything in my power to try to fucking keep JaVale McGee. That dude had such a phenomenal season last year. And if he can carry that forward, that'd be pretty fantastic. That dude was basically Wilt at times. Obviously, the talks of Brook Lopez, I apologize. Brook Lopez has been talked about. Should be a really good addition again. But the funny thing was he was in our squad for a year with that D'Angelo Russell and Timofey Mozgov trade a couple years back. Did all right, but I think he really flourished with the Bucks last season. Spot up threes, solid big man, and it would be a really solid compliment again. For our Lakers squad, but yeah, different dynamic. But he would still be a really solid addition. But there's a lot of question marks moving forward. I mean, can we sign guys like JJ Redick, veteran guys who can really help us out, or will the Lakers kind of crap out on free agency? These are the questions. So, that's already my big concern with people saying shit like, oh, the Lakers are now heavy favorites, you know, Shannon Sharp, you know, just sucking off LeBron James, oh, this is the greatest fucking thing in life. I'm like, yeah, well, fucking relax, slow the fuck down. Because we're also ignoring the competition in the West. Okay, this is the one fucking pivotal thing that people always forget. It's that there are 16 fucking teams in each goddamn conference. Okay? So if you're telling me right now that there's no other teams that good, like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't fucking. Is it 30 or 32 teams? It's probably 32 teams. It is 32 teams. So here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing. When you're telling me the Lakers are going to be prohibitive, like, just not prohibitive, just massively huge favorites to win the title next season, I think you're high. I think you're definitely ignoring all the variables of what the hell the Western Conference is. And that is a fucking goddamn chaos land, okay? Between the Warriors, who I think, listen, they might not have Clay. They might not have KD. Those two guys are definitely going to sign, in my opinion. But that team still has Draymond. That team still has Steph. You had a couple of fucking scrubs around them, they'll still get you like above 500 win season. That's my opinion. They'll probably get you 41 wins, maybe. And that's a huge maybe, but that might luck them into the 8th seed. Who the hell knows? You also have to look at, you know, teams like the Houston Rockets, who I think are going to fall back tremendously because of that fucking roster and how awful they are in the playoffs. But yeah, they'll probably have another good regular season, yada, yada, yada. Same as the Portland Trailblazers, who I think is a fucking joke at this point. Nurkic was gone. Yeah, dude, none of that shit matters. All right, when push comes to shove, if you still won against the Warriors, you still would have lost maybe in 6. Other teams in the West, Utah Jazz is trying to stave off relevance, but they will still be in the hunt. They will still be there, rough and ready. OKC Thunder, perennial fucking 6th seed. Perennial 6th seed. They're going to be there every step of the way with triple-double man, a.k.a. Russell Westbrook, along with his sidekick partner, Paul George. Yeah, you got other teams that made the playoffs this season. They're going to try to bounce back. The Denver Nuggets, actually, very surprising team for me. I think they might take that next step along with another young team who I think is going to be the Dallas Mavericks. And if they get, and one team too, if they can get their situation sorted out, I think the Sacramento Kings can have a tremendous impact on the Western Conference. And this is coming from a Lakers fan who I truly do I really do detest Sacramento Kings. Like, they are like the fucking peasant team of the fucking NBA. Like, really. I mean, next to the Phoenix Suns, they're a fucking peasant squad. Okay, but they might do some damage next season. So there's a lot of question marks moving forward with the Western Conference. And to just assume that the Lakers would grab this, you know, conference with an iron grip, I think it's foolish. I think it's absolutely foolish, and ignoring all the moving parts and the, you know, the dynamic of that Western Conference, how big it is. Yeah, you might have, you know, 2 of the top 5 players in the league, you know, joining each other for the first time ever. But that's also going to equate to, like, the first 2 months, they're probably going to just be barely around 500. Around December, Christmas time, they're going to show up and just kind of show out for a while. Probably cruise to a 50-win season. Like, the people who are saying over 55, I think that's crazy. I think if anything, 45 to 50 seems like a really reasonable amount of win for the Lakers. And yeah, you have to face that Western Conference every fucking week. Right, puppy? I know you're barking. And I'm barking mad for, you know, going against my team, which is the stupidest fucking argument. Like, listen, if you love your team, if you genuinely love and support and follow your team, you will have criticism. You'll be frustrated. You're gonna have shit you're gonna say. But at the end of it, you're still gonna show support. You're not gonna fucking burn the jersey like those fucking cocksuckers everywhere. Oh, I'm gonna burn my Lonzo Ball jersey. Why? That just makes you look like a bigger asshole. Like, oh, I spent $100, now I'm burning it. Yeah, dickhead. Like, anyone can fucking do that. But you know what people can barely do? Support a fucking team when it's rough, okay? I've seen this team through some of the worst patches of fucking seasons. And I saw my fucking hero leave limping in his last season. Fucking limping in his last season. I loved Kobe Bryant. I still do. I think he's one of the greatest fucking Lakers ever. Ever. And I know there's Magic Johnson, I know there's Kareem, but I still consider Kobe Bryant to be the greatest Laker of all time. Okay, that's just me. So for me to witness all that shit, to see this now, I am very cautious. I try to be optimistic at times with certain things, but I'm very cautious about what's going on, what's been happening. Because you also have to understand, this organization has been such a dysfunctional mess for the last, good Lord, last year. For a good year or so, this organization has been such a fucking dysfunctional mess. And you expect, and again, I'm talking to all the fucking LeBron sexuals, the people who are fucking on board this, oh, we're gonna win everything thing. Do you not understand, like, what the fuck this organization has been going through right now? Like, this organization has been such a fucking mess for quite some time that I'd be very surprised if we can get the fucking shit going in the next 6 months. And again, I'm hoping something good will happen, but again, a lot of question marks, lots of question marks. And I also just think people who are ignoring the West are just a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers. I really do think so. The West is stacked, guys. The West is absolutely stacked right now. And if you think, you know, LeBron and AD aren't going to have any challenges and they're just going to win their way to a championship, I think you're full of shit and you're a fucking moron and you barely watch basketball. Because there's a lot of great upcoming teams in the West. And with the Golden State Warriors relinquishing that stranglehold via, you know, forced injuries, really, from Kevin Durant, and, you know, really unfortunate accidental injury with Klay Thompson, and the bang-up job of, you know, Iguodala, Steph Curry, Kayvon Looney throughout the playoffs. It brings about a very interesting proposal in the West that anyone can grab it, but that's also the thing. Literally anyone can grab it. It could be Dallas. It could be fucking Memphis for all we know. It could be fucking Phoenix. The options are all there. That's all I think, right? And here's my thing. The curious part of all of this is also the fact that we just had a franchise that won their first championship ever in their history. And their finals MVP is probably going to stay in Toronto. I'm looking at about 40%. I'm honestly looking at about a 40% likelihood that he's staying. And honestly, even as a Lakers fan, you know where I think he's going to go? I think Kawhi's going to go to the Clippers. And I am eating so much fucking shit for saying this because, yeah, I believe last year, almost a year ago, I said Kawhi's going to come to the Lakers. And boy, oh boy, was I wrong. I think with the addition of Anthony Davis and the relationship of what's been going on between the Buss family, Rich Paul, LeBron James, Rob Pelinka, Magic Johnson, I'm pretty sure Kawhi Leonard is looking at that shit and thinking, ugh, I do not want to walk into a dysfunctional franchise. Oh, wait, who's that? Jerry West, Mr. Basketball. Wow, the savant that created the fucking empire known as the Golden State Warriors. Oh, he's right next door with the Clippers, and he's building a squad, and he has a lot of fucking cap space. Oh, boy. Boardman gets paid. Boardman gets paid, and I will fucking despise him if he goes to the Clippers. I respect him. I really do like Kawhi Leonard, but my God, once you go to the Clippers, you are fucking dead to me. Like, there are certain teams, as a Lakers fan, I cannot stand. Clippers being one of them. I fucking hate the Clippers. The team that has done nothing in our shadows, absolutely nothing in our shadow, in our building, and they have the fucking audacity to talk shit each and every season. Oh, we're much better than you! Sweetheart, I need you to win a conference championship. I need you to win a championship, okay? How about that shit? Okay? Oh, but you guys are terrible! Sweetheart, Taylor Swift has a banner at the Staples Center. You guys don't. The Los Angeles Sparks have a couple of championships. You don't, Clippers. So rejoice, Clippers fans. You might get Kawhi. You still got Jerry West. But until you do something, go fuck yourselves. Oh my God. I mean, yeah, I also hate the Celtics, but the Celtics' hatred is out of respect and history. That is a long history that has known only Lakers heartbreak, in the early 60s, and only really within the 80s and more recently into 2008, 2010, that the Lakers got dick punched but got revenge. So that rivalry, I absolutely cherish. I absolutely respect the Clippers Lakers thing, though. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, if I got Clippers fans talking shit, I just ignore them. Like, dude, ignore. Just stop it. Stop it. Like, what are you gonna fucking prove to me? That, we're better at 500, but we can't win? Like, I swear to God, Clippers fans, like, how many fucking, self-filleting do you have to do to make yourself feel better? Do you have to come inside your mouth too to make yourself feel more of a fucking fan and a man or a woman, whatever the fuck the case may be? Holy shit, Clippers fans. Go suck my fucking balls. And I'm not just rubbing that in just because we got 80, because again, that's a lot of question marks that we don't know. But I'm just talking to that organization as a whole. What the fuck do you have to be proud of right now? Yeah, like all these things. You have all these things, but if you don't do anything about it, it doesn't fucking matter. Okay? That's all I'm saying. And again, this is all coming from the fact that Kawhi Leonard is a huge question mark as to what he's going to do with this future. I mean, the guy is a very odd fellow. He's a fun guy, but you don't know what team he's going to be in. He actually did that laugh yesterday at the parade in Toronto. So shout out to Kawhi Leonard for making fun of himself, having a good laugh at himself at his expense. But I'm telling you, man, the NBA is going to be a very interesting Western Conference come next season. Because not just the Anthony Davis, LeBron James thing, but just the entire face of that West, it's going to be jumbled around because the Golden State Warriors are finally done, cock blocking everybody. So we might have some crazy shit happening real soon. But also, this is a perfect step, impetus to talk about the Eastern Conference. The Leastern Conference. Still, I believe it's going to be the Leastern Conference. Just absolute shit show. I mean, listen. Unless Giannis takes that next step up, I just don't think that fucking conference means anything anymore. I really don't. Unless Giannis can really make himself that next guy, make that proverbial statement of, I'm here, fuck y'all, let's fucking do this. Unless he can do that, I think that East is dead. Oh, the Philadelphia 76ers, dude, the 76ers are a fucking joke. They have never amounted to anything since AI. And I will stand by that shit. I will fucking stand by that shit. They haven't been relevant since the fucking answer. This process is a joke. It's a joke. Embiid is the best player. Okay, dude, Embiid is almost injured. Always. Always. What's he gonna fucking do? Cry? And then get hurt after that? Ben Simmons, as much as people shit talk Lonzo, it's like, oh wait, you got this big motherfucker who can't shoot for shit. But apparently they're going to be the next fucking kings of the East. Like, dude, get fucked. Get the hell out of here. You have to sign either Tobias Harris or Jimmy Butler because there's not going to be both. It's probably going to be one or the other, and you're probably going to sign Tobias Harris. And I'm just saying, man, like that Philadelphia 76ers team, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I really don't. Probably another fucking second round exit, crying and head hitting the fucking, ground, doing nothing. Toronto, big question mark. I'm really hoping Kawhi stays. I mean, it'd be wonderful if Kawhi stays, but I think he's gone. So, Toronto's chances might be a bit questionable afterwards. Who else you got? You got Boston. Better or worse, you got Boston just there. I don't really know what they're going to do. But, you know what? The curious thing with Boston is also this. I think without Kyrie, they might be better off. I think they just might be better off without Kyrie. We saw it in the playoffs. We saw it 2 years in the playoffs, man. They got to the conference final without Kyrie, and that was with the squad without a whole lot of pressure. They just did their jobs, and I think if you open that up for the Boston Celtics, they can do a lot of damage. That's my opinion. You got other teams out there in the East. Who do you got? You got we talked about the Bucks. We talked about the fucking God, who else is there? There's the Pistons, who are like just unbelievably mediocre, no matter what they do. Good gravy. Yeah, the Eastern Conference is the Leastern Conference. I don't know what else to say, man. Yeah, the Orlando Magic. Congratulations, you made it to the fucking, the playoffs. That's awesome. Oh, the Nets. Yeah, I hear you guys saying the Nets. I hear you guys thinking, oh, Kyrie's going to go there, and he probably is. Signed with Rock Nation, most likely destination going to be Brooklyn. Simultaneously, what do you have around him? A couple of pieces, a couple of decent pieces. But again, that Western Conference is going to be stacked. No matter who comes out of the Western Conference, I think it's just going to be a battle for one of those Leastern Conference finalists. And I know Kawhi proved us all wrong, but again, anomalies, boys and girls, anomalies and injuries. And I'm not trying to take away from Toronto. I'm not trying to take away your championship, boys and girls. You thoroughly deserve that, but always look at the context of what's happening. Because stats and numbers are only one thing, boys and girls, but context is fucking everything. So, boys and girls, we are here at the house, so follow me at the Sky Lounge, and all links in the description below with all the puppies here. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily content and my little puppy's ass. Now fuck off.